Okay, so you might be thinking about taking your Slimline Pro Li with the regular blade and putting the Andis GTX or the outliner blade on it, and of course you might want to skeleton it also. So I'm going to show you, should you do it or should you not do it? Well, let's shoot these two out and let's see which one cuts better. Got the Slimline Pro Li. I'm going to show you how to take it from this to this. Okay, so this has the Andis GTX blade on it, and I also skeletoned it. And if you've been thinking about doing this for a while, on the fence about it, or you're worried, or you think it's difficult, it's not. This should have taken you 10 minutes, if that, if you know what you're doing. So this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a screwdriver, little pair of vice grips might help you, 1/8 inch drill bit, and you don't want to go too much bigger than this. I realize you could fit like a 5/64, but if you go a little bit smaller, it's going to be easier to hold it in your hand when you're slotting out the hole. The last thing you're going to need is a razor. So let's get started on this. Okay, we're going to take these screws off. Don't turn it on when you do it. That some is cacked with hair. Let's clean it up. We're gonna clean this one up. We really don't need anything else from this blade, but we just need to get the little holder. I'm taking these bolts off. The little, don't lose them. That one's pretty cacked, but we're throwing it in the garbage anyways. This blade, we don't need this either. But okay, you got this little clip on here, and it might look a little hard to take off, but it's not. You're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna pop this off, and we're gonna pull this little clip out because we need to slot these holes. Okay, so you're gonna take your little clip, you're gonna need that back again. One thing I want to warn you about is it's really easy to break this piece. However, if you do break it, it really doesn't matter as long as you still have some of it left, because you can just screw this right down and it's not going to matter at all when this is all said and done. Okay, so trust me, I've broken a few of these when I did it and it worked out perfectly fine, and I'm still using them. So, you know, at worst, if you really mess this up to the point where you can't fix it, you're going to need to buy another Slimline Pro Li blade and do this all over again. But if you do it carefully the first time, you're not going to have a problem. Before I get started on this, I'm now going to pop out this little plastic piece. I'm going to pop off this little plastic piece. I took a screwdriver, poke it through, and we don't need this anymore, but we do need this. Okay, you see these two little tabs here and here? They got to come off, because when this goes on the new blade, it's got to lay flat, and right now these are going to get in your way. And be careful when you do this. I'm just going to cut that off. You see it pretty good? Yeah. Alright, that's nice and flat. But I'll go ahead and I'll use a little sandpaper to just make sure that that's flat. That's what you want it to look like when you're done and ready to put it on. I'm going to take this one apart. Okay, you don't need anything from this. You can just toss all this away. Alright, I used this blade like one time before. Go ahead and clean it up. And this GTX blade, you can check the link in the description. I'll put the one that I'm actually using in here in case you want to go ahead and scoop this. Your cutting blade off your Andis GTX, and we're going to finish this little step right here. So that's all there is to it on this part. Actually, it goes on this side. Okay, as long as it lays flush, you're going to be alright. It's okay if it doesn't snap in. So I'm going to set this aside because this part is done. We need to slot these holes out. Let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, in order for these holes to fit here, be able to zero gap them, you need to move this up a little bit, right? So in order to zero gap this, you're going to have to slot these holes. So you can pretty much see what needs to happen. I need to slot it down on both of these holes. Okay, so if I'm holding it like this, the slot that I want to put in it is going to go down. Be careful with this piece, it's very easy to break. And I'm actually going to use a pair of vice grips to hold it so I don't hurt myself. I got a lot of pressure on there. It's cool. Like I said, if you do break it, it doesn't matter. It will still work. But if you can avoid breaking it, well, all the better. So now, I'm just applying a little pressure down while I'm running the drill. You can see the slot. Now I'm gonna grip it right here. That's pretty good. All right, now because I put the vice grip on it, I sort of got it misshapen, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna squeeze that back on. Because that metal piece, that just seats down in there and into that lip, and unless you break it, you really can't get it out easy. So it's ready to go. All you have to do is put this thing back together. On the bottom of it, there's a little recess for your clip to fit in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide that clip in there just the way it was. So that clip is good. It's ready to go. My new cutting blade. Whoops. Alright, so I'm going to take my new cutting blade. I'm going to set that down inside where it goes. And I'm going to just position this so it all snaps together. Alright. And that's what it should look like. Easy peasy. All you're basically going to have to do is zero gap it like you would any other time. Magnetic screwdriver helps, and I'll also use gravity by putting it upside down. This is what happens when you don't slot them enough. I just have to slot it a little bit more, and then I can get the zero gap that I want. As you can see, the blade is back a little bit too far. Put that on there. It'll look like you won't be able to get your screws back in, but you can just put them in on that slight angle. It's not like it's a machined hole, it's just a plastic thread, so don't put it too tight. I mean, you want it tight, but not too tight. Okay, when it comes time to skeleton these, we want to cut just below the Andis. You can see where I cut my previous one, and to give you an idea, because you don't want to be sawing where that little clip is. You want to saw just below that. Because if you put the saw right on there, you could mess that clip up. You don't want to do that. So anywhere below the Andis, it's pretty good. And just go easy on it. That's why, like, some people like to use a Dremel. I would probably advise against it. It's easier to be more gentle with a hacksaw. Alright, I popped through. So I'll just go ahead and twist it a little bit. Andis now is just sandpaper the rough edge a little bit. Maybe I'll mess around and even paint this one. But it's nice. I got the convenience of the skeleton. I can actually see my lines real good. It'll run a little bit cooler. These things are going to be hitters. Good point. He had just said that if he was doing this kind of work with his outliners, you'd be feeling it, and it would not be able to cut through this amount of hair as easily. So this is definitely a slam dunk. I'm really happy about how these are performing. And as long as I move at a decent speed, I mean, look, I'm not pushing too hard or moving too fast. They just shred through the hair. My opinion about it is this is definitely something that I'm happy that I did, and I feel like if you guys go through with this, you're going to be happy too. So in the end, when you're deciding whether you want to do the mod or you don't, and you want to keep them original, what I think I've figured out with this is modding your Slimline Pro Li to fit the Andis GTX blade. It's basically like having the GTX with the power that the GTX never could produce. It's much better than it was on the GTX. So I think you're going to be happy if you decide to do this mod. You can do this mod in probably something like 15 minutes, even if you don't know what you're doing. So if you've been on the fence and you've been thinking about it, just do it, man. You're going to be happy. But wait, there's a little bit more. I promised to give away the fully modded Oster Fast Feed with the ceramic blade, practically brand new, about one haircut on it, and it will be going to the lucky winner. I figured out the contest details. The good news is anybody's got a chance to win this. So this is what I want from you. It's going to be a little bit different than usual. I want you to leave a comment on any of my recent videos. That's 1. 2, I want you to tag me on Instagram showing me that you're cutting hair, attempting to learn how to cut hair, or that you're actively pursuing a career with barbering. I just want these to go to somebody who's going to use them. Even if you're just starting out, that's fine. Even if you're a pro, that's fine. I just want them to go to someone who's going to use them. Okay? So that's the contest details. I will be giving them away on the 20th, which is not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Okay, so that's the 20th of November. Sorry for anybody who's watching this video in the future when this is over. But yes, I'll be doing this giveaway on the 20th of November on Tuesday. Once you guys tag me on Instagram and you leave a comment on YouTube, that way I can make the connection as to who you are. You let me know who you are on YouTube. Then I will let you know if you're in the contest. I will message you back and I'll say something like, you're in. Now if I don't get to you right away, don't sweat, alright? Just go ahead and do it again. Keep doing it until I answer you that you are in the contest. You can only enter one time. The plan will be, when I get to the barber school, I'll take all the names that I've compiled throughout these next 9 days or whatever. I'm going to put them in a hat and I'm going to have somebody else randomly pick it, and I'll do it on a live feed on YouTube. There will be no BS about it. The winner will be the winner, okay? So I will let you know if you're in. Go ahead and tag me in that video. Show me that you're actively pursuing cutting hair and that you're actually going to use these, and I'll be happy to give them away. This is all because of you guys that I was able to get to 10,000 subscribers, which actually I'll probably be at close to 12,000 subscribers before this happens, because I'm somewhere around 11,500 now. So again, this is just my gift to you guys for watching me and supporting me for all this time. I've been really grinding hard. This ain't easy. I mean, to believe it or not, it's midnight right now and I'm still up doing this. I posted like 5 videos in the past week and I'm just trying to stay on my grind to keep giving you guys all the content that you're asking for. Also, if anybody's got any ideas for a video, please just drop them in the comment box. I'm running out of ideas. I think I've pretty much done practically everything at some point. There's something like 90 videos on the channel. But I'm always looking for new things to do, so if somebody's got any ideas, please drop it in that comment box. Once again, thank you for everything. You've made this possible, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.